So today I want to go over what we all as singers and performers can learn from Tom Brady's Hall of Fame induction speech. So let's go. I remember hearing that success leaves trails. And for me, that's so simple, right? But it was really an important point in my journey because I really started to take that and go, okay, great, yes, there is truth to that. So why am I not, at the time, like, I don't think I was looking as much as I could, right? I was like, why am I not looking at those who are ahead of me and not being intimidated by it and learning from it? So I have a son, he plays baseball. Long story short, I think it's really important that he watches and learns from those who have done amazing things. And whether you're a Patriots fan or not, in my household we are. Tom Brady was great. You can't deny his athleticism, his discipline, his dedication. So when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, me and my son sat down and watched it. And I just felt, as I was listening to it, that there was really key points that would translate over to any profession. And so this is to my singers who may be starting their journey, may be stuck in their journey, or those who may be being discredited. Because he says some really cool things in here, and I want to break that down and how that can pertain to you.
I'll support them in any of their dreams. Whatever makes them happy makes me happy. I would encourage everyone to play football for the simple...
It could be I could encourage everyone to sing or play an instrument. But what it follows is what? It is true. Whether it's football, whether it is becoming a performer, becoming someone who plays an instrument, singer, whatever it may be, I found this to be extremely important and valuable information.
Reason that it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, way down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach. And your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2 days.
So what I will say to this, it is hard being a musician. It is hard to be able to put in the discipline to get up and do the practices or to get up for the shows, right? There's been many times that you have to travel for shows. Say it's a festival. Say it's an anthem. I've had anthems that are at 7 a.m. So you have to get up early for that. You have to warm up your voice. You have to be ready for that. You have to travel to shows. I recall doing in one day 2 shows in 2 different states. So it's like traveling and different things like that. That takes discipline. And it's hard to do. When you do see, there's been so many times that myself or I've worked with artists and I've watched them miss out on Fridays or weekends when their friends were going to be hanging out, and he mentions it a little bit like pool parties or things like that. And it's like, no, that they were getting ready. They were preparing for their show. They were thinking about what are they going to wear? What's their set list and practicing that set list? How are they going to be talking to the audience? How are they moving? All of those different pieces. So that's how that kind of stuff translates over into the world of artistry.
It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again.
You know, and again, I'm kind of like segueing this into how it's relevant for singers, right? There's so many times, right? Think about auditions. Think about The Voice. Think about Idol. I've coached so many people. I've been there. I've done numerous private auditions with so many different shows, right? It's hard to get up, do those auditions, travel to New York, travel to different places, and only to kind of be surrounded by the best of the best and feel that intimidation. Hopefully you grow through that and you learn your value, you learn your confidence, but there is that element, right? And then to have to hear the no and then get back up and put yourself back into that situation. And so, again, the kind of the duality of the worlds here is what I really thought was compelling and awesome for people to hear and know.
But understand this, life is hard.
Yes. Yeah.
No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals.
To that, I would say this: it can be so hard as an artist. I mean, that everything about that is true, right? I know for myself, there has been so many moments in life, and I know across and through this screen here, you guys get this. I don't care how big or how little, everyone has had to go through different things. And the ones that I do see continue to succeed are the ones who continue to move forward, to extract from it what you can, right? I had cancer, guys. Like, I had to face death. That still pops into my mind, but I have to choose to let the fear of that overtake me and not progress and move forward and live in this moment and enjoy this day, enjoy this moment to be able to communicate with you all. I can't let that stop me. So I have to make that decision that no, I'm here right now, I'm in this moment, I'm going to enjoy this moment, and I'm not going to let the fear take over, right? That's a life experience for me. But I know you guys all probably have your own stuff there. But we have to choose to overcome that and to move forward. And I think huge thing that he said that I would just throw out there to my artist is, it can seem really lonely, but please find yourself a team, find yourself a group of people. Things do not happen solo, right? It's really, really hard. You might be doing more stuff than you need to as you progress, right? You might be booking the shows, you're creating the set list, you're doing the promo, you're doing the social media clips and so forth. But if you don't have the people or the team to do that stuff for you, it's okay. You can keep moving towards that. At the very least, find a good group of artists around you that can support you as well, that you guys are working together, that there's an understanding that you're uniquely different and that this doesn't have to turn into a competition. And I think this happens with athletes, right? They want to be the star of the game, the star of the show, and so they don't think about those around them as a team, and they're just trying to, it's almost like their ego takes over and they're trying to just perform for themselves to get the most stats, get all of this. And I think it really puts, it stops them, because I don't know how growth happens through that when we don't learn through others. Even if those aren't as good as you, if you're teaching them, you're still learning, right? You're still understanding and growing from that. And I think there's just so much to be had in understanding how to manage within a team, how to let your ego go, and how to understand that those around you can be equally, if not greater than you are right now, and at the moment. And I think too many artists fall into the me category where they're like, why is so-and-so doing this, or why is so-and-so doing that, I'm better kind of deal. And I don't think it serves you any good. And I think it only takes away from what you really could do, rather than looking at what they're doing that is successful and be like, hey, we're teaming up with them, right? And learning and really being there, not just teaming up in a selfish way, but like working together. Maybe I can add some value to them and they can add some value to me, and we can really grow together. And when you don't do that, I think it's just really hard. I don't think any empire, any business, look at Taylor Swift, is built solo. It's just not. It's not a reality.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special.
Yes.
You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look at all my teammates here tonight,
that's so true. The amount of times I get it. It's really hard. I love these secret magic pills that make things happen, but guys, it's not a reality. Consistency is one of the key things that I continue to see happen. And I know that is also too what will continue to propel you forward. It's not easy. It's like building anything. It's like building this channel, right? It's like, okay, you start with one person and then you try to keep building that there. But one thing I've known is if I can, and hopefully so, do good content for you all, and I am stay consistent with it, I might not be in the thousands upon thousands, but it has grown. So that's one small example of this realm. So to those on the other end, your YouTube channels, your social media, your performing, you're getting out there and performing comes down to consistency. Small actions, big or small actions, moving forward in a consistent manner is what makes the difference. And no better person to hear it from, whether you like him or not, than Brady.
Would be impossible to find better examples of men who embody that work ethic, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
And I'm gonna add in there for all of my everyone. He's talking about his team. But yeah, I think that it is true.
We led by example. Nothing in life of significance is ever accomplished alone. That's the Patriot way. Here in New England, we were the first team ever to take the field in the Super Bowl, not as individuals, but as a single unit.
I didn't know that, but I think that's pretty powerful. And the stats, just whether you like them or not, I know guys, you may be getting on me and like, but whether you like him or not, that was an interesting fact, and I thought that was really cool, and it probably is what led, I would say, in listening to him, is what led to the success. So I hope you got as much out of this, even if you're not a Tom Brady fan, that I did, being a Tom Brady fan. But more importantly, what I saw was so many different gems that artists can really take upon. So if you like this, if it helped you in any way, it helps me to know I'm helping you. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like, comment what you think. Who's your favorite team? If there's any athletes that you find to be inspiring and have some great stuff, let me know. All right, guys. Here is to more success for you all.